Sorry for the interruption, but soon you're going to have a great time. Before we start, check your subscription to the channel and don't forget to hit the like button. It motivates me to make videos more often and better. It's time for me to go. Let's get started. Geek. A geek is a guy who is passionate about technology, science, comics, and video games. He often spends a lot of time on the computer or online, exploring new technologies and trends. But there's a chance it's not just for that. A geek can be very smart and knowledgeable, making him an interesting conversationalist. Such a man often participates in various fan communities and events, such as Comic-Con and the International. A geek values intellectual conversations and can discuss his hobbies for hours. However, his obsession with technology can sometimes interfere with social interactions and personal life, as well as with other people who are not interested in it at all. Bro. A bro is a guy who loves partying, sports, and an active lifestyle. He often wears baseball caps, sleeveless shirts, and enjoys spending time with friends, especially watching sports matches or at the gym. A bro can be very friendly and sociable, but sometimes his behavior seems superficial and immature. Such a man often uses slang and loves to joke, making him the life of the party. However, his excessive love for partying and entertainment can hinder serious relationships. It's important to understand that behind the easygoing exterior, a bro can be a kind and caring person. Rednecks. Rednecks are a type of men often associated with rural areas and traditional values. They take pride in their heritage and lifestyle, which includes hard physical labor and simple pleasures. Rednecks usually hold conservative views and value family traditions because, as we all know,
I don't have friends. I got family.
They can be very friendly and hospitable, but are also prone to stereotypes and prejudices. Such a man often enjoys hunting, fishing, and other outdoor activities. Rednecks value honesty and straightforwardness in communication, making them reliable friends and partners. However, their conservative views can sometimes lead to conflicts with more progressive people. Hipster. A hipster is a guy who strives to be unique and stand out from the crowd. He often wears vintage clothing, listens to indie music, and is interested in art. A hipster loves visiting coffee shops, art galleries, and other places where he can meet like-minded people. Such a man values originality and creativity, making him an interesting conversationalist. A hipster can be a bit of a snob, especially when it comes to his tastes and preferences. However, his passion for new and unusual things makes his life bright and rich. Sweetheart. A sweetheart man is someone who is characterized by gentleness and kindness in relationships. He always tries to please his partner and make them happy. Such a man often shows care and attention, making him very attractive to many women. A sweetheart man knows how to listen and support, creating an atmosphere of trust and comfort in relationships. However, his excessive compliance can sometimes be perceived as weakness. It's important for him to also stand up for his interests and not forget about his own needs. Relationships with such a man can be very harmonious if both partners respect and support each other. Yo-yo. A yo-yo is a guy who constantly changes his hobbies and interests. Today he might be into sports, tomorrow music, and the day after tomorrow cooking. Such a man often tries new hobbies and activities, making his life very diverse and rich. A yo-yo can be very energetic and curious, always striving for new experiences. However, his inconsistency can sometimes interfere with long-term plans and stable relationships. Dude. A dude is a guy who lives a relaxed and carefree life. He often enjoys skateboarding, surfing, or other extreme sports. Such a man values freedom and adventure, preferring not to burden himself with serious commitments. A dude can be very friendly and sociable, easily making new friends. His laid-back approach to life makes him an interesting and engaging partner. However, his reluctance to take on responsibility can sometimes hinder long-term relationships. Macho. A macho man stands out for his physical strength and self-confidence. He often strives for leadership and exhibits dominance in relationships. Such a man can be very attractive and charismatic, making him popular among women. A macho values traditional masculine qualities, such as bravery and decisiveness. However, his desire for dominance can sometimes lead to conflicts and tension in relationships. Gigolo. A gigolo is a man who lives off women, using their financial resources and care. He often chooses successful and wealthy women to ensure a comfortable life for himself. Such a man can be very charming and charismatic, which helps him gain trust and affection. A gigolo rarely works or strives for independence, preferring to depend on his partner. He may manipulate a woman's feelings to keep her close and continue benefiting. It's important to recognize these traits early on to avoid financial and emotional losses. Relationships with a gigolo can be extremely unequal and draining. Urbanist. An urbanist is a guy who loves city life and everything associated with it. He often visits trendy restaurants, bars, and cultural events such as exhibitions and concerts. Such a man values style and modernity, which is reflected in his appearance and lifestyle. An urbanist can be very sociable and easily makes new acquaintances. His love for the dynamic urban environment makes him an interesting and engaging partner. However, his desire for constant activity can sometimes interfere with more calm and measured relationships. Intellectual. An intellectual is a man distinguished by a high level of intelligence and erudition. He often has a passion for science, literature, and art, making him an interesting conversationalist. Such a man values deep and meaningful conversations, preferring to discuss complex and abstract topics. An intellectual can be somewhat introverted, but his passion for knowledge and self-development makes him very dedicated and goal-oriented. He often strives for new discoveries and achievements, making his life rich and interesting. Mama's boy. A mama's boy is a man who shows excessive emotional and domestic dependence on his mother. Such a person often seeks approval and support from his mother in all aspects of his life, which can hinder his independence and personal relationships. A mama's boy can be very attached to his mother, which sometimes leads to conflicts with other women in his life. This type of personality often avoids responsibility and is unable to make adult decisions without his mother's intervention. It's important to understand that this behavior may stem from deep psychological reasons, such as excessive care during childhood. Yes. I'm the guy from the video. Thank you very much for watching. I will be glad if you like and leave a comment on what topic you want to talk about in the next video. Also, don't forget to watch our other videos. See you again!